Good morning, YouTube, and today we have part 2 of the Danny Hour, featuring his Mermail deck.
Alright, let's get right into it. So first of the monsters, we play triple Neptibus, the main starter card of the deck. Best card in the deck, if anything. And then we play one Diva, because it's limited to 1. It basically is our 4th Neptibus, so that's why she's really good. And she's a tuner. 2 Dragoons, because it's only at 2, so we can't play 3. I decided to max out on the infantries because whenever I took this to Lenexa back in March, I noticed that this came up a lot more and was actually a lot more needed a lot of the times. So that's why I decided to max out, and I played the 1 Marksman. Marksman's not too good right now, so that's why I only played the 1 Marksman. That's it for the Atlantean portion. Yes, I count Diva as an Atlantean card.
Deep Sea Atlantean Diva.
Yeah. For the Mermail portion, the low rarity Mermail portion, 3 Abyss Megalo. Win condition of the deck, you know, not much to say too much about that. 3 Abyss Tias, really good play starter of the deck. Too bad he's not searchable, but that's okay. He'd be too overpowered for that. 2 Mermail Abyss Pike. This is really good because it essentially makes the play with this guy more open, where you flip the Abyss Sphere, summon this guy, and basically pop and with them, and then you get a search. So basically, it turns into pluses, a Raigeki break plus with pluses. So that's why he's really good. And then of course we play 2 Abyss Gund.
Abyss what?
Abyss Gund. Basically summons the Megalo from the graveyard or the Pike, you know. One of my favorite combos with this deck is summoning the Abyss Megalo off of discarding 2 of these, and then like using her to summon this guy, and then his effect to discard Dragoons to just basically get more searches. That's one of my favorite combos to do with this deck, and it comes up every now and then. It's a pretty cool combo, which you're most likely winning anyway, so. That's it for the Mermail portion. It's a little bit bigger than our Atlantean portion, maybe about equal. And then for the rest of the water monsters, I decided to put Aqua Spirit back into the main deck. One of the issues I noticed back at Lenexa and back in March was going first was an issue. I remember round 7, Fluffles destroyed me game 1 because I had no way of going first. This essentially opens up the going first plays because whenever we went into game 3, I teched in all my going first cards, including this, and I basically destroyed him because he couldn't get past a Toad. So that's why this was really good. 1 Molan Glacia. The hand loop is still pretty good unless you run up against Burning Abyss or Shadal's, which that matchup comes up every now and then, but you just side out this card. This card is still really good, especially if you go first or if you go second. It's really good. And 1 Maxi, because it's at 1. I was running Gamma Seal in here before, but I took it out just because I only had the 1, and I think it's probably going to be a little bit better on the side. That's it for the monster lineup. That's where most of the deck is. We'll go right to the spell lineup. We play the 3 Instant Fusion. Once again, just probably one of the best play accelerators in the deck. Creates Toad, creates rank 4 plays. It's really good. 2 Moray of Greeds. This is also a really good starter card in the deck because you basically just recycle 2 of your dead water monsters to draw 3 cards, and more likely than not, you're just going to be drawing into more water monsters. So that's really good. I'm an advocate for Pot of Desires in this deck. I'd only play 2 in this deck though because, you know, if you banish your Neptibus or your Dragoons, or even your Megalos, it can become an issue. But this deck does a lot of searching and consistency a lot on its own to where you can activate this afterwards and put yourself ahead after that. So it's not too bad. And I think in a deck that has the tendency to brick a little bit, it's kind of needed. 2 Chalice. I love Chalice. This is also really good against the Invoked Wind Witch matchup because whenever they go first and they do the play, you can use the Chalice on the Crystal Wing that they're going to make, and then you can just beat over it. So that's why I think this card is really good going second or going first. Double Dark Hole Raigeki, because this is a going second deck, and if you open up with any of these plus a Neptibus, you are most likely winning, especially against Zoo. 1 for 1, one of the best starter cards in the deck. Soul Charge, one of the best play extenders of the deck. I cannot see myself playing Mermails without it. And 1 Mizuchi, kind of an engine requirement, but also helps with the win condition, helps negate spells. It's really good also going first. And then the 1 Abyss Sphere, you know, because it's searchable and you creates the Raigeki play. It's really good. that's it for the main deck. It's like 41 cards. For the extra deck, 1 Norden, because it's at 1. No other deck can actually abuse this as good as like Mermails can. Now I'm playing the 1 Theseus. I'll get to later why, but it basically creates another instant fusion target and allows us to basically make an Neptibus that's just stuck on the field more alive in late game situations with the addition of Bryonic, and I'll show you that in a second. Those are the fusions for the XYZs. 101. This came in clutch at Lenexa because it allowed me to just steal a Crystal Wing with its effects negated, so it's pretty funny. 1 Dweller. Dweller's going to be really, really good going into the next format because everything relies on the graveyard, so this is going to be really, really good. 1 Bahamut Shark, 1 Toad. If you go first or even going second, this play is always like accessible to you. I decided to play the Utopia package. I didn't use it too much at Lenexa, but if you can make a Utopia package, you should probably make it because it could just steal games. So that's why I really like it. 1 Abyss Gaius, really, really good going first. Big Eye, really, really good going second. Stealing Tridents is absolutely hilarious when you bait out their destruction. And 1 Flare Metal Dragon. I considered taking this out last minute, but it's just too good. It helped a lot at Lenexa. This stole games for me left and right, and it was like really, really good, and it was absolutely hilarious to just lock the opponent under a Red Eyes, and they couldn't do anything. And I burned a Yang Zing player for 7,000 damage. Unfortunately, he used that last 1,000 to beat me. And then for the Synchros, we play 1 Leo. It's a Towers. Like, you just summon a Leo off of it, and you're almost guaranteed to win. The newly unlimited Bryonic, because this deck can make Bryonic, and if you can make Bryonic, you play Bryonic.
Limited, not unlimited.
Oh, yeah. Unlimited, yeah. Limited. 1 Coral Dragon. It's basically the second Bryonic, but it's also kind of a tuner. I don't know. Like, you run level 4, so if you have this in a level 4, you can make the tree guy. Or you could just, like, if this dies, you just draw a card of it. It's 1 point stronger than Brio, just in case, so it's pretty good. And then 1 Tatsunoko basically helps make Leo, can help make any of these, you know. So Tatsunoko just helps extend the plays, and it's really, really good. And that's it for the deck. Mermails is another one of my favorite decks to ever play. If I'm ever questioning a deck to take to a tournament, I'll usually just take Mermails. This Friday, whenever we have our little local tournament, I will not be playing this deck because it is too much, I guess you could say. But this is probably one of my favorite decks to play ever. And I will be definitely considering this going into Link format just because it doesn't always need the extra deck, and that's why I think it's really, really good. So, but yeah, this is one of my favorite decks, and you know, the low rarity Mermails also keeping it strong. So
it's just as powerful.
This is powerful. So yeah, I love this deck to pieces, and it's really fun to take into July when Links come out.